When an irrigation zone won't turn on, it's easy to treat each symptom as a separate problem. But after checking a few basics, most failures fall into a small number of places. This video is about understanding where signals usually stop and how to use that to avoid unnecessary work. In a typical irrigation system, there's a simple chain. The controller sends a signal. That signal travels through wiring. The solenoid receives it and opens the valve. When a zone never activates, something in that chain is being interrupted. The key is figuring out where, not replacing parts at random. If the controller runs normally and other zones work, the signal is leaving the controller. That immediately narrows things down. The problem is usually somewhere between the controller terminal and the valve itself. That's useful because it tells you what not to question anymore. Most often, signals stop in one of three places. First, in the wiring. Breaks, loose connections, or failed splices can interrupt the signal before it ever reaches the valve. Second, at the solenoid. A failed solenoid won't respond even if power is present, and it often fails quietly. Third, less commonly, inside the valve, but only after signal and wiring have been ruled out. What matters is the order. If you start with the valve body before confirming signal and wiring, you often create more work without gaining clarity. Each check should tell you whether to move forward or stop. If you've worked through the earlier checks and the zone still never activates, the diagnostic guide linked below walks through this entire signal path in a structured way. It helps you confirm where the signal stops before anything gets replaced or dug up. When you know where the signal ends, the problem stops being vague. It becomes specific. Diagnosis before replacement.